We head to the S. James Foxman Justice Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
We are ready to go forward on Keandria Cook, Judge.
All right, Ms. Cook, come on up.
The woman being sworn in is 18-year-old Keandria Cook. Cook's in court today to receive a sentence for using a dating app to set up a robbery that ended with another teen being shot. The teen survived. Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
I just want to say to you, I'm asking for forgiveness for a second chance so I can get out and finish school. And I can put my mama proud because I want to be her first child to bring home a high school diploma. And I just want to make my mama proud. That's it.
Cook now prepares to hear her sentence as her loved ones look on.
Ms. Cook, you're before the court for sentencing. A couple of things going in your favor. One, you didn't hold a firearm during these episodes. The second is that the victim luckily survived. That being said, this was intentional. It was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison. Concurrent as to the first 2 counts.
The crying you hear is coming from Cook's mother. The sentence much more severe than they expected.
Charges. All fines and costs.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time. Judge Foxman allows her to enter a new plea deal, citing miscommunication between Cook and the assistant public defender. As a result of that new deal, Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison. We now head to the Nesbitt Courthouse in Anchorage, Alaska, where this man...
If you want to arrest me and drag me off, that's the only way I'm leaving.
David Haig came to court looking for justice, but instead the judge ordered a new hearing to be held at a later date, and he's not having it.
If this court didn't do right the first time, it sure can't now. That they had screwed me out of a plea deal, that the state had falsified evidence, and now they're lying about everything to cover it all up, and that's just the beginning of it. That's right.
The game pilot and tour guide is seeking to clear his name in a decades-old conviction, accusing him of killing wolves illegally while working with the state predator control program. He claims the state doctored maps to make it seem as if he'd gone rogue, and that state officials, who were trying to save face when confronted with a public relations nightmare, falsified the boundaries of the map to frame him.
The map! Wrong. The map! They falsified this before trial, and there's a recording of the prosecutor and trooper talking about falsifying it before trial. Mr. Hayes. They're going in and falsifying the map that they convicted me with by altering the lines on it to make it corruptly seem I was shooting wolves in my guide area. That's felony tampering with evidence, and because a trooper, an Alaska State trooper, was doing it with a prosecutor, it's a conspiracy.
The courtroom's closed.
And they used it at trial knowing it was false. That is another felony. And I'm putting my foot down because somebody has to.
I'm sorry, I have other...
So, well, you're gonna have to...
This one's more important.
There's no more hearings here. All right.
No, no.
Sorry, Mr. Haig. Sorry, so sorry that our court system is so corrupt that they would do this to you.
Haig is charged with disorderly conduct for violating an order to leave a courtroom.
Travesty!
His wife needs to get...
Oh, you.
Haig's attempt to clear his name continues. Before we hit the courtroom for our next story, we're going to take you back to the beginning of the defendant's journey. We're in Springfield, Ohio, and the owner of John's Drive-Thru is closing up shop for the night. A man approaches from the back. The owner spots him on the security camera feed.
No! Get the hell! Yeah, this is John's drive-through, West Main Street. A guy just tried to rob me and I shot him. He ran out the back door.
Okay, is he injured?
I think I hit him.
With help from the store's security camera footage and a tip from a local hospital who treated a man for multiple gunshot wounds, police identified the perp as Ricky Hand, a known career criminal.
I did try to rob John's drive-thru. I got shot 3 times. I did the crime, I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted to let you know.
So, John, what'd you do with the pistol that you had when you were in there? Because, you know, it's my understanding when you run it in there, you started pulling out and the guy saw you.
Right, but I didn't even get it out.
You were going for it, though, right?
But I didn't even get it out. I didn't branch it. He shot me regardless.
Well, I think he's well aware that you've been robbing places at gunpoint or so.
I've never robbed anybody. That's the first one I've ever done.
Now, hang on a second. Now, you and I have been straight with each other every time we've met each other, okay?
Yeah.
I know there's more to it than that.
I pulled it out.
Okay.
Pulled the weapon out. But I don't think I got it all the way out.
Well, he saw you. That's why he shot you.
Hand is indicted on 30 charges connected to a string of business break-ins at gunpoint. He confesses to a series of armed robberies.
There have been probably a half a dozen or more robberies. Now, you're looking at John's. You're looking at this break-in to this beauty salon.
That's all I've done.
The beauty salon's a bonus because I didn't even know anything about that, and you told me that.
I'm going to prison for a long time.
Well, you know that.
Now Hand sits in a Clark County courtroom in Ohio, where a judge has just handed down his sentence.
You just give me 40 years, sir. Yes. You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what? Sir, what's this?
Hand was clearly expecting a lesser sentence. But if we look again,
You just give me 40 years.
you'll see he came prepared for the worst.
You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what?
Look closely. Hand reaches into his arm sling and pulls out some cloth that was hiding a small bottle filled with, ready for this? His own feces and urine.
You can't play Jesus and God! 40 is a death sentence, man!
Ricky Hand lands in even more trouble for the feces-flinging attack. In addition to his previous charges, he now faces charges of harassment with bodily fluids, obstructing justice, and retaliation. Let's head to Jefferson Circuit Court in Louisville, Kentucky.
This is the matter of Adam Satterley.
This is 36-year-old Adam Satterley. Satterley's in court today on a bond hearing related to drug charges. He's appearing before Circuit Judge Olu Stevens, heard off camera.
Your objections notice overruled. Motion's granted.
Satterley's attorney warns his client to stay calm after hearing the bad news.
Taken into custody.
Judge Stevens has revoked Satterley's bond, meaning Satterley will return to custody.
Seems to get it, thanks.
That yell you just heard was Satterley.
Seems to get it, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now the new year starts. That's all the cases that I have.
The judge seems to be moving on with the day, but then...
Miss Albee, before you go, I mean, Sheriff, right? Can you indulge me one second?
Yes, sir, of course.
Can you knock on the door and tell the sheriff to bring Mr. Is that guy? Satterley? Bring it back. You just tell the sheriff to bring it back. Oh, Branch. You still have Satterley?
I do.
You bring it back.
Back out?
I apologize. Just give me 1 minute. It won't even take that.
The judge has some unfinished business with Satterley.
Is there something that you wish to say to me?
No, it was my brother.
Oh, was that to your brother? Because
Yes,
I
sir.
heard you say a racial epithet.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, you didn't mean it like
No.
that? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to hold you in contempt of court for having said that. And you don't speak those words in here.
Yes,
and
sir.
that word particularly,
Yes,
you
sir.
don't use that word. I'm going to give you 60 days for having used that word. Hold you in contempt right now for having done it in this courtroom. It's disrespectful. Don't ever do it again. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Ms. Ellis. Appreciate it.
Satterley's hit with an additional 60 days for contempt of court. Following the incident, Judge Stevens offered Satterley an opportunity. If Satterley apologizes for using a racial slur, he would reduce the additional sentence to just a day. Satterley took the judge up on his offer.
Yes, sir. I apologize. It wasn't intended for you. I was mad at my brother, is all it was.
Well, you can have a seat. I'll say this, that what you said was a racial epithet that I don't know how it could be directed at your brother, but at any rate, I accept your apology.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Christopher Cologne.
Our next stop is at the Broward County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
You've been charged with 2 counts of violating an injunction.
Where Christopher Cologne appears for his bond hearing via video before Judge John Hurley.
Court finds probable cause.
Cologne was arrested and charged with 2 counts of violating a restraining order in a domestic violence case related to his ex-girlfriend. He also has an open pending case in which he's being charged for aggravated battery against a pregnant woman, his current girlfriend.
I think I remember you from before coming into this courtroom.
Yes, sir.
I remember.
Less than a month ago, Cologne posted bond in the aggravated battery case and went free. So the judge isn't exactly thrilled to see him again.
You're already out on bond. You're already out
Yes,
on...
sir, and my bondsman is willing to take me out again on a bond.
That's very kind of him, but that won't be necessary today. Because you're not going anywhere.
Well, I'll see you guys in with a lawyer and a lawsuit too.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, bring him back, please.
And you can go yourself too.
Cologne storms off.
Would you bring him back for me, please?
Cologne, come back.
Judge, he's back.
Hi. Good morning again, Mr. Cologne.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir. Wait, Mr. Cologne. Yeah, don't mute that. Could you turn that mic back on for me? Turn the mic back on.
You guys can okay? I'm being dead ass real.
$125,000. Your bond on count 2 will be $125,000. Your total
How much is my bond?
$250,000. That's
okay, no
because
problem. I can bond out, man.
Court will also order, sir, on case 14-7168 CF10, you'll be held without bond. That bond is revoked.
With the amount seemingly no issue, the judge has just taken away the bond from the aggravated battery case, meaning Cologne will not be able to go free this time. And this really sets him off.
Like I said, you guys while you guys had it.
Sir, the court at this time is inclined to hold you in contempt of court.
I don't give a Go ahead, I got lawyers, man. Look here, man.
Your behavior.
I don't got nothing to say, man.
Now, I will find you in contempt of court for disrupting this court. Now, I will give you
was already going to find me in contempt of court.
I will give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say?
You ain't no Hitler, man, for me to have to salute.
Noting that you made no comments in your defense, the court at this time will sentence you to 364 days in the Broward County Jail. Thank you very much. Have a...
You, that's why.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Can I see Mr. Cologne, please?
A week later, Cologne is back in front of the judge.
Judge Harley, I apologize. What I did, I was wrong. And not only I was wrong for cursing you out, of the deputies hearing me curse you out, I apologize to them too. Your Honor, I apologize real bad, and I'm asking for my apology, please, Your Honor.
Okay, the apology's accepted. It will be converted to time served at this time.
Cologne's apology gets that additional year sentence for contempt cut down to time served, but still gets no bond on the aggravated battery case and serves almost 14 months before he's released. We head down to Daytona Beach, Florida, where a call comes into the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms. I got a gun pointed at your building.
Sir, what is going on?
Who the you calling, sir, you stupid? Where's your judge warrant at? You gonna bring that out in handcuffs and I'm gonna execute that son of a right in the street. I'm letting you know I'm gonna shoot this. You gonna with my kids.
Where are you at, sir?
I just told you I'm outside of her building waiting for her to get there in the morning. I'm gonna pop a cap in that. You stupid.
Detectives identify the anonymous caller and track him down. Alan McCarty is arrested and charged with making death threats against a judge, whom he mistakenly believes took his children away in a child custody case. Now, a year later, in front of a different judge, his trial begins.
All right, back on the record, Mr. McCarty, President. He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
Raise your right hand, please.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
So you're going to threaten me like you did the other day?
You solemnly swear or
Threaten you to participate here?
No, you threatened my life the other day. I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it. You want to take my kids from me and act like that? You and that. You and that took my kids.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes,
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
So that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully.
Do you want to be in the room or not?
Do you want my?
I'd prefer not to, sir.
Well, you got a mouth for it.
No, do you want to be here or not?
Oh, who the wants to sit here while you take their kids? This is a conflict of interest. Every right y'all I supposedly have you violated. Can I get some water, please? I got a lot more cussing to do. I need to wet my.
Do you want to be here when the jury's here?
What the do you think?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
McCarty decides he'll stay for witness testimony,
Oh, because my other answers wasn't good enough.
but is ordered out after continuing with his outbursts. McCarty's eventually found guilty. He returns the following month for sentencing.
Everyone ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State of Florida versus Alan McCarty Jr., who is present here today on two reasons. One is to sentence on a jury verdict that had been accepted, but we're also here on an order to show cause, which I would like to address first. First of all, if I haven't formally already, but you're before the court, Mr. McCarty, to show cause why I should not hold you in contempt for behavior that you demonstrated during the jury trial. You threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor.
What a bunch of
lies, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life.
in the
You
back room.
No, I'm not standing up. Resistance. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
McCarty's removed again. This time he's placed in a back room with a one-way mirror.
Count one, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to 15 years in Florida State Prison. As to count two, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to 5 years in state prison to run consecutive to count one. So a total of 20 years.
McCarty's currently serving his sentence in a Florida State prison. We're in the Orange County Courthouse in Orlando, Florida, where Dale Roy Greenman is in a bond hearing for theft charges. He's accused of stealing a pack of cigarettes, a Bic lighter, and a Gatorade from a 7-Eleven. According to police reports, Greenman walked into the store, placed the items on the counter, then decided to walk out without paying. He faces misdemeanor charges of petty theft. The hearing begins rather cordially.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Hello, Your Honor.
State your name.
Mr.
Can you tell me your name?
Roy Greenman.
But Greenman, whose bond is set at $250, listens closely when Judge Carly Wish asks the state if they have a better offer that might get him out of any jail time.
You were arrested for petty theft. Did you find probable cause? Miss Kenny Swanson, did you have an offer?
I did not, Your Honor.
No offer? Is that due to the out-of-state criminal history?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to today's hearing, Greenman was charged with tampering with evidence in another case, which potentially elevates his current misdemeanor charge. And Judge Wish is about to break the news.
So, Mr. Greenman, you have prior history out of state, and so the state may enhance this offense to a felony based on your prior. So I can't do anything with your case today. I am gonna appoint the public defender for you.
That's horse. You do whatever the you want.
Excuse me?
My name is Mr. Greenman. I'm the federal witness of the United States federal government. I demand some respect, you. Let's get a jail for however long y'all did and figure out what you're doing.
All right, he can be removed once y'all get him out.
Now.
Greenman erupts after the judge tells him that the state may raise his charges from a misdemeanor to a felony.
You're not.
That's horse. You do whatever the you want.
Excuse me?
My name is Mr.
Two officials on hand move in swiftly to restrain Greenman. But before they grab his wrists, he rips off his mask and begins shouting that he's a federal witness.
Mr. Greenman, I'm the federal witness of the United States federal government. I demand some respect, you.
Greenman's hauled out of the courtroom and back into custody. Then Judge Wish, seemingly unfazed by the outburst, just carries on with the business of the day without missing a beat.
All right then. No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. And I'm gonna set his bond at $1,000.
A few moments later, the two officials return to sanitize the podium. Dale Roy Greenman's bond was increased from $250 to $1,000. According to court documents, he was released on reconnaissance a week later, which means he signed a document promising that he'd appear at his next court date. Shocker, Greenman failed to show up at that pretrial hearing, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. For our next story, we go to a bond hearing taking place via Zoom in Florida's Broward County. Like so many workplaces affected by COVID-19, the parties are forced to communicate virtually.
Mr. Mitchell, good morning. Are you able to hear me all right?
Today, the defendant is Henry Mitchell. He's charged with grand theft. Mitchell allegedly stole over $4,000 from a local restaurant. He's hoping to be released on bond of $1,000. The judge is Corey Amanda Cawthon. There's Mitchell up in the top corner. And we've got attorney Eric Linder, who represents the state, and assistant public defender Dale Miller.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you're before the court this morning on one charge of grand theft. I do find probable cause, and I will first hear from the attorneys with their recommendations. We'll start with Mr. Linder.
Judge, I'm recommending a $5,000 bond and no return. While I see no priors, I do believe this is obviously not your run-of-the-mill grand theft.
Oh, you, Linder. Who cares what you have?
Mr. Miller, excuse me, but your microphone is on, and if we have one more outburst like that, we're going to be having a very serious discussion with your supervisor. I would expect that you would apologize to Mr. Linder right now.
As Linder recommends a $5,000 fine, Miller turns his camera off, but not his microphone, and expresses his true feelings.
This is obviously not your run-of-the-mill grand theft.
Oh, you, Linder. Who cares what you have?
Miller's language gets some stunned reactions, specifically from the family of the defendant and from Linder himself.
Mr. Miller, excuse me, but your microphone is on. I would expect that you would apologize to Mr. Linder right now.
After a brief pause, Miller offers an apology. Sort of.
Turn the
I
microphone.
apologize that my microphone was on, Judge.
You know, he should be sanctioned.
We'll be having a discussion with Mr. Goldberg after the session today. Mr. Linder, let's continue with Mr. Mitchell's case.
Your Honor, as I was saying, this is not your run-of-the-mill grand theft. The strength of the evidence against Mr. Mitchell is abundantly strong, including but not limited to his confession.
Linder still seems agitated by the attorney's outburst, but forges ahead.
Your Honor, he plotted with his co-arrestee well in advance to not only steal over $4,000 from this business, but to set it up to make it look like there was an armed robbery. Your Honor, I would also note, by his own admission, he stole over $2,000 in cash from the safe from the business, and the cash has not been recovered. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Finally, the judge is ready to make her decision.
In Mr. Mitchell's case, the monetary bond is going to be set at $3,000, and there will be an order of no return. Mr. Mitchell, that simply means you're not to go to that location for any reason. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, and good luck to you as well.
Next, we're in Chelsea, Massachusetts for an arraignment hearing. The defendant in the holding cell is 46-year-old Peter DeConnick. He's been charged with first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing his friend Ronald Russo to death. Investigators say the friends were partying inside this trailer home when a verbal argument escalated into a violent knife fight. Police found Russo on the floor clutching a knife, while a bloodied DeConnick was arrested at a nearby train station. Now at the podium, the prosecutor shares a grisly detail about the murder.
Further investigation, the autopsy report revealed that Mr. Russo did suffer 69 knife wounds to his body.
The mention of the number of stab wounds appears to enrage the victim's brother, who charges towards the defendant.
Did suffer 69 knife wounds to his body.
It takes 1, 2, 3, 4 deputies to remove Thomas Russo from the courtroom. Russo's arrested following the outburst and is charged with disturbing the courtroom and resisting arrest. He's later released on a personal reconnaissance bond after telling the judge that he needed to make funeral arrangements for his slain brother. As for the defendant, Peter DeConnick, he's later found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Next, we head to Sanford, Florida, where closing arguments are underway in the trial of Antonio Rosales. Rosales is accused of dragging a 10-year-old girl off the street and into a wooded area, where he reportedly assaulted and raped her. defendant is described as a drifter with a violent past. Assistant State Attorney Anna Valentini is delivering her closing argument when Rosales, through a translator, vehemently objects. Seemingly insulted by being labeled a child molester, Rosales grabs a keyboard and smashes the computer monitor on the defense table. Two officers attempt to restrain him, slamming him to the floor. Meanwhile, Judge Deborah Nelson seems as though she's struggling to open a door, so she calls for some help. But Rosales is not done fighting. Finally, with the help of additional officers, Rosales is cuffed and then carried out of the courtroom.
Everybody calm down. We'll take it to the
Judge Nelson suspends the trial for the evening. The next day, the jury finds Rosales guilty of kidnapping, attempted murder, and sexual battery. He receives 3 life sentences. Next, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, for a bond revocation hearing for a defendant accused of violating his parole. A year earlier, 35-year-old Michael McDonald was released on bond while he awaited trial for charges including burglary, forgery, and perjury. The criminal charges stem from a long and contentious divorce and custody case that ended with his ex-wife being granted a no-contact order to keep McDonald away from her and their 2 children. Now, as he awaits trial on criminal charges, the state argues he violated his parole when he violated that no-contact order.
One of his release conditions was to have no contact with the individual, his ex-wife. Approximately a month ago in June, he then mailed a number of items to his wife's address.
The items mentioned were actually gifts addressed to his children. McDonald's lawyer claims his client didn't know sending the items violated the no-contact order and argues he should be allowed to remain out on bond until his upcoming trial.
He sent 2 gifts, that's it. No nasty notes with them. Mr. McDonald is not violent nor a threat to the community. He has had no allegations of violence.
The defense is presenting McDonald's actions as an innocent mistake. But Judge Kathy Hardcastle knows the history of the case and isn't buying it.
I would note that back in the family court, he constantly violated orders. He would always insist that the order said something else.
The judge also cites McDonald's history of unstable behavior during his divorce that ultimately led to the no-contact order being granted.
I was the one who found that he was a potential danger to his children because he lied to the court about surrendering his weapons after he'd been ordered to surrender his weapons, and that because of his bizarre behavior, putting a tracking device on his wife's vehicle. And so I'm seeing the same type of conduct, and it's an obsession. It's a escalating course. I'm not sure that he is capable of controlling himself because he wasn't before. So based upon that, I am granting the motion.
Moments after the judge makes her decision that McDonald did indeed violate the conditions of his parole, 2 court marshals approach McDonald with handcuffs.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
It's unclear what McDonald is trying to say to the judge as he pulls his arms away. What is clear is that McDonald is not ready to cooperate.
Mike, calm down. Mike, calm down. Just relax. Breath. Mike, breath.
I got nothing about this. Come see my kids. Come on. I've done nothing.
Mike, calm down. Take a deep breath.
Guys, come on. Assistance in 15 charges. 15 charges. Stop, come on, please, I don't want to. Please. Let's just hold.
As you can hear, McDonald's attorney calmly tries to get him to settle down.
I'm gonna taser.
Mike, stop fighting with them. You can't fight there and help them with cuffs on you. Don't fight with them.
I'm gonna tase you.
But as he continues to resist, even with the threat of being tased, his lawyers had enough.
Mike, put the handcuffs on, or I'll put them on myself.
Wait, come on.
I'm on your side, Mike, put your out of line.
As additional officers come to restrain McDonald, he continues to plead his case.
I just want to see my kids now getting prosecuted as an enemy of the state. I just want. I've done nothing.
Michael McDonald was found guilty of multiple counts of burglary, forgery, and perjury in relation to his divorce case and was sentenced to 24 to 68 months in Nevada State Prison with credit for 215 days served. And for refusing to be handcuffed during the hearing, McDonald picked up an additional charge of resisting an officer. Convicted felon Sean Rikers in court for a pre-sentencing hearing.
You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a.
Riker was recently found guilty of 16 crimes against his family, including sexual assault and physical abuse of a child, as well as reckless endangerment. He's already served 12 years in a federal prison for detonating several pipe bombs in Utah. Today he's in court to waive his constitutional right to appear at his sentencing. And he's got company, a heavily armed security team. He's in shackles and a spit mask because he's already escaped once from a Wisconsin jail and has not been cooperative with court security. Once inside, the spit mask may be on, but the gloves are off as Riker wastes no time going right after Judge Wayne Merrick.
Is this your idea, Merrick? Huh? You got me looking like a clown? Stupid punk. Merrick. You! Here we go! Yeah! You! Yeah! I'm killing all you Wayne. I got your address, Wayne Merrick. I got your home address. I got address. I got address. And I'm having you all killed.
The people he's referring to are members of the prosecution team.
There ain't nothing you're gonna do about it either. You know why? Because this is a state that doesn't have the death penalty. You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a Don't give a I'm getting mine, you
Not satisfied berating the judge, Riker sends his wrath in the direction of the prosecutor.
You eating this now? I'm punk.
Mr. Riker, are you...
What the do you want?
Take him out.
Later.
As per his request, Riker didn't appear at his own sentencing, which would have really given him something to scream about. He was sentenced to 200 years in a state prison. Riker appealed the sentence, but it was denied. Meet Timothy DiMatteo.
Oh boy.
The 34-year-old Florida rock musician was charged with petty theft and damage to property for allegedly trying to steal nutritional supplements from a store and then damaging items after he was caught. As Judge John Hurley kicks off the bond hearing,
Court finds probable cause.
he makes a request that will come back to haunt him.
Turn on the mic, please, somebody. Why do they keep...
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
You know me, don't you?
No.
Before Judge Hurley can get another word in, this rocker breaks into a solo.
I was going to pick up my strips. They said it was a 45-minute wait for some reason. I'm walking around shopping. I go to the bathroom to take a piss and wash my hands, and the manager's in there waiting for me, thinking I'm shoplifting. I wasn't shoplifting anything.
No?
No. My first, second, third, fourth, 13th, 14th Amendment rights have been violated.
But it turns out this isn't the first time the defendant's been charged for stealing.
Your Honor, if I may, two things worth noting. Mr. DiMatteo was arrested September 14th of this year at a Mexican restaurant, where allegedly he ran up a bill for $256.26. He refused to leave or pay for his tab. Additionally, on September 29th of this year, he was placed on 18 months probation for grand theft.
As Judge Hurley checks on the details of the pending charges, DiMatteo can be seen growing more animated with the public defender. And when his mic gets turned back on,
Your Honor, sidebar.
Yes, he raises his hand and asks the judge for a sidebar.
Your Honor, sidebar.
Wait, no, stop.
Your Honor.
Stop. It's not your turn.
After being muted once again, DiMatteo decides to drum up some more attention.
Oh boy.
As the performance continues,
Mr. Miller?
Public Defender Dale Miller hangs his head and makes the executive decision not to unmute the defendant.
Mr. Miller?
I think he's trying to give him an opportunity to calm down, Judge.
Ultimately, the courtroom concert is cut short, and DiMatteo is forcibly removed by court security.
Sit down. Please sit down.
Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm not having two attorneys. Please sit down.
Judge, I'm not going to...
Timothy DiMatteo later pled guilty to the petty theft charge and was ordered to pay $293. The damage to property charge was dropped.
Your Honor,
Judge,
sidebar.
Milton Watts.
Next, we're in Berea Municipal Court. The defendant, 21-year-old Milton Watts, has turned himself in after a warrant was issued for his arrest for failure to appear on a domestic violence charge.
You were supposed to be here last month. You did not appear. Why weren't you here?
My mom didn't show up. Somebody died in the family. There was no reason for me to be here.
Well, it's not an engraved invitation, son. It's a court order.
Things are clearly off to a rocky start between Watts and Judge Chris Green. But Watts seems comfortable handling the situation on his own.
Your attorney withdrew, so you'll have to hire an attorney?
I don't need an attorney.
You're a lawyer?
Nope.
Unfortunately for Watts, his grasp on the legal process seems spotty at best.
Do you want to talk to me about me at bond with me? What do you want to tell me?
About what?
Bond.
Don't really give a to be honest with you.
Judge Green, who's known for his no-nonsense style, doesn't seem particularly receptive to the attitude.
That's going to cost you 30 days in the county jail for contempt. Cuff him if you got the cuffs. Hold on, it's $5,000 cash surety bond, subject to the temporary protection order.
Watts' remarks have already cost him dearly. And now, he doubles down.
He just swore at the judge. Can I give you a piece of advice?
What?
You can either make life easy or you can make life hard.
I already ruined my life.
That's 60. You want to go for 90? That's 90 more. That's 180. That's 306.
Now I gotta come here and my life up. You.
Melvin, stop.
How many days you want to give me now? Are you sure counting?
Yeah, I'm at about a year right now in contempt, so.
Watts' mother and sister attempt to intervene, but there is no stopping the foul-mouthed tirade.
I don't care.
I don't give a you.
Melvin, stop.
Everybody. You.
Melvin.
Power.
Good.
Fuck the power.
Good.
Saggy.
Stop it. That's stupid. Melvin, stop. Stop it. You're not even getting in trouble. Melvin, Melvin, listen. You're going. Who the f keeps telling me anything?
Stop. Just let him do whatever he wants to do.
Melvin.
Deputies and other court staff quickly arrive at the courtroom for backup.
Melvin.
Just let him do what you're not going to do anything. You're just causing more.
That's ignorant.
That's what he is.
Despite the judge going all the way up to 360 days in the heat of the moment, once Watts calmed down, the judge ultimately decided to reduce the sentence to 90 days in jail, or 4 days per four-letter word. For the initial domestic violence charge he was originally in court for, he later pled no contest and was sentenced to 5 days in jail. We're in the Miami-Dade Bond Court.
Good afternoon. I'm Judge Mindy Glazer. I'll be presiding today over the bond hearings.
Today, she'll see dozens of defendants.
You were arrested for retail theft, and I'll appoint the public defender for you.
But one in particular is sure to stand out. The defendant is Sherry Lynn, who's facing charges of felony battery and resisting arrest with violence. Lynn appears remotely and is represented by a public defender. And from the very first question,
have you ever been treated for any mental health issues?
Why don't you yourself first?
It's clear Lynn is in no mood to be in court.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
I said go yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a little busy right now.
Take another look.
I said go yourself.
Judge Glazer initially finds the behavior amusing, but she's not about to let it continue.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to help you.
Ma'am, he's trying to help you, and please don't use profanity or try and disrupt my courtroom, because I don't want to be forced to hold you in contempt of court. All right, Mr. Snyder's trying to help you. And I'm ordering that you stay away from Cynthia Cuba. Do not have any contact with her, and you must stay away from her home and place of business. As to the other case...
Who is this Cynthia Cuba? Tell me!
I
Where the f
you
you
allegedly
referring to?
try to hit with the pliers. The other case, F-50-1426,
Right from
the bond gun is $5,000.
Leave town 2 and 3.
Two, it's $5,000, and count 3 is $1,000. Have a nice day, ma'am. We'll try and get you into the hospital.
Lynn's ordered to pay a $50 fine and undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Next, we go to Wichita, Kansas for the sentencing of Michael Gaines. He's been convicted of battery against a law enforcement officer. Gaines appears before Judge Rebecca Pilshaw, who speaks to the defendant about his actions.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know
The words were that you deliberately were hawking up.
I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay? That's and you're gonna believe those lies. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hawk up no saliva. You're gonna believe a lie because they wearing uniform.
The judge attempts to bring some order to the proceedings.
Look at me.
It's like evening. You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
Gaines doesn't appear to be backing down from the judge, but it's nothing compared to what he has in store for Assistant DA Kevin O'Connor.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just in a row.
I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for me.
You punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from
I know. You. You's a.
He's a tough guy now.
You's a.
But I think
You's a. You'll be a after I get sentenced,
I
punk.
think Mr. Gaines is forfeited to me.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking.
You.
Take out of the courtroom.
Judge Pilshaw steps in and has Gaines removed. But before heading back to his cell, Gaines manages to get off a few more insults.
He's a maggot.
You're a tough guy.
He's a maggot, punk. You should have died when you was a baby.
Yeah.
Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. He's a maggot. Should have died when he was a baby, stillborn.
The judge decides to go beyond the 10 years and sentences Gaines to 13 years in a state prison. We're headed south, way south, to Wollongong, Australia for a sentencing hearing. Seated inside what's known as the dock is the defendant, 25-year-old Jesse Rose. The one-time aspiring rugby league player pleaded guilty to the charge of reckless wounding for an assault captured in this surveillance video. After receiving a complaint about Rose's drunken behavior in a pub, he and his mate are asked to leave by security. But when he refuses, a second camera shows things turning physical, and one of the security guards ends up on the floor. Backing away from the situation, Rose then hurls his drinking glass at the downed man, striking him in the head. The guard suffered serious injuries, including a laceration and depressed skull. Now at sentencing, Rose's attorney made a case to not send him to jail, claiming he's a changed man, holding down a steady job and living on the straight and narrow. But Judge Andrew Haesler makes it clear this is no kangaroo court, stating that the assault was too serious to consider leniency. And right about now, he announces Rose's sentence, 14 months in prison. But as one door closes for the defendant, he kicks another one wide open. Unhappy with his sentence, Rose perhaps channels his rugby days and boots open the divider door. It's unclear what he says to these two security guards. One guard takes a step or two back. After some more jawing, Rose takes things up a notch and throws not one, but two chairs at the guards. Those are not folding chairs Rose just tossed. Those are standard office chairs weighing up to 60 pounds, or 27 kilograms in Australia. What you might have missed is this guard who sneaks around the backside of the dock and, like a boomerang, flies back into action. First bobbing and weaving, then going down under for a tackle. With the help of the other guard, Rose is pinned to the floor. His girlfriend can be seen in the rear of the courtroom. Other officers eventually enter, get Rose to his feet, and escort him out. For his courtroom tantrum, Jesse Rose was charged with property damage and assaulting a law enforcement officer. An additional 8 months was added to his original 14-month sentence. Next, we go to Newport, Kentucky for jury selection. The defendant, 34-year-old Mikkel Huggenberg, is charged with assault against a Campbell County deputy. Here's Huggenberg at the defense table. While the attorneys are at the bench speaking with the judge, Huggenberg gets up in the direction of the potential jury. Two deputies make their way over, preventing him from getting to the potential jurors. But the defendant is determined to break through.
What are you doing? You are under What are you doing? You are under arrest.
After Huggenberg slugs one deputy, a taser can be heard. The electric jolt came from a device attached to his ankle.
You are under arrest. You are under arrest.
Despite the tasing, Huggenberg continues.
You are under arrest.
Of course, he's the one about to be placed into cuffs.
You cannot tell me what to do. I am not a prisoner. I am a free person.
You can take it back to the cell, and then I'll talk to the attorneys.
See the other arm. People, somebody come back here and save me. These people are under arrest.
Huggenberg continues to protest his treatment by deputies.
What are you doing to my arms? Nobody does.
Huggenberg's removed from the court and slapped with an additional assault charge. Huggenberg is found guilty and combined with his original charge, is sentenced to a total of 12 years in prison. Next, we're down under for a hearing in Adelaide, Australia. Daniel Nicholson, a 35-year-old father of 4, has been out on bail awaiting trial for weapons charges. Today, he's in court to find out whether Magistrate Sue O'Connor will allow him to remain out on pretrial release.
I revoke bail. I revoke bail. No, you can stop.
Apparently surprised by the ruling, Nicholson turns to his attorney.
What's going on, Father?
But before he gets an answer, Magistrate O'Connor shuts down the conversation.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
Miss, please, miss.
Please, miss. I'll show you what please, miss is.
Just moments later, perhaps realizing he's about to be locked up, Nicholson decides to bail himself out of the situation. Inside what's known as the dock, Nicholson steps up onto a table and delivers a punch to one officer as he tries to restrain him. After slipping through their fingers, he's able to get one foot on top of the divider and launch himself onto a nearby table, and then into the arms of this officer. With the courtroom descending into chaos, a woman makes a plea on Nicholson's behalf. But as he continues to push his way toward the door, more officers pile on before he can make it there.
Grab the cops. Don't do anything silly.
Daniel Nicholson later pleaded guilty to attempting to escape custody and 2 counts of recklessly causing harm to a prescribed emergency worker. He admitted to being under the influence of crystal meth at the time, saying he was just, quote, freaked out. Nicholson was sentenced to 21 months in prison with parole eligibility after 1 year. As for the original weapons charge, he pled guilty and was ordered to pay a $320 fine.
What's going on, Father?
Next, we go to a juvenile hearing in Clinton County, Ohio. The defendant, Chance Macko, who's 17, was charged with grand theft auto and robbery. A year earlier, Macko, along with 2 other teens, allegedly escaped from a halfway house where he was being held on a misdemeanor theft charge, stole a truck, then took police on a high-speed chase. The chase ended when Macko crashed the vehicle into an apartment building. The teen was reportedly under the influence at the time of the incident, but thankfully no one was injured. Today, the Shackled defendant sits before Magistrate Mark Myers. That's Jim Buckner, the court bailiff, who puts his hand on the defendant just before he approaches the bench. Macko doesn't seem to appreciate it and reportedly says to Buckner, "You don't put your hands on me." That's when Buckner makes his move. He grabs the defendant and puts him in a headlock. Buckner then pulls Macko further back on the chair, not letting go of his neck. Eventually, the defendant hits the floor. But it's not over. Buckner drags the teen across the floor and straight out the door. But this isn't where the story ends. A deputy who was in the courtroom reported the incident to the sheriff's office, who later sent the video to the state's attorney general. In exchange for no criminal charges, Buckner resigned and surrendered his peace training certification, which means he can no longer work as an Ohio peace officer. As for Macko, he pled guilty to 2 counts of grand theft auto and 1 count of robbery. He was sentenced to a total of 72 months in prison. Next, we're in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, for the arraignment of Isaiah Gardenhire. The 40-year-old was arrested after reportedly going on a 2-day crime spree that forced a community into lockdown. Gardenhire reportedly sexually assaulted his girlfriend in her home, then killed her 13-year-old daughter before fleeing to a nearby apartment complex. There, he allegedly took a man and woman hostage, sexually assaulted the female, robbed them, and then stole their car. Gardenhire would eventually turn himself into police. But now, as Judge Sarah Spencer Noggle reads the long list of charges against him,
Count 1, homicide, open murder, statutory short form. Count 2, criminal sexual conduct, first-degree weapon use.
he appears to nod off.
DNA to be taken upon arrest. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under statute if the assault is place of confinement. Count 6 is unlawful imprisonment.
Moments later, another audible yawn distracts from the hearing.
DNA to be taken upon arrest. The court may impose a consecutive sentence under statute, and it is also a Tier 3 offense.
But the judge stays on track and asks prosecuting attorney David Barbary to weigh in on Gardenhire's bond conditions.
Looking at Mr. Gardenhire's criminal history is pretty significant. His criminal history consists of violent offenses, weapons offenses, failures to appear in court.
The prosecutor also mentions that Gardenhire was actually out on bond for a separate criminal sexual misconduct case in another county when he went on the alleged 2-day crime spree.
In this case, due to the fact that Mr. Gardenhire is both charged with murder and the fact that he was on bond at the time the allegations occurred.
Charge her with murder because she's the one who did it.
With the prosecutor mid-sentence, Gardenhire interrupts, claiming that his girlfriend should be charged with the murder of her daughter, not him.
Charge her with murder because she's the one who did it.
Isaiah.
Everything else, no.
All right, Mr. Gardenhire, this is your warning. The court will mute your microphone if you speak out of turn again.
Your Honor, we would request that Mr. Gardenhire be held without bond, or in the alternative, that bond be set as $2 million cash surety.
All right, thank you. Mr. Barbary, Mr. Gardenhire, I'm going to ask that you behave in a, all right. I'm going to ask you to behave in a manner that is appropriate for a court proceeding, particularly given the fact that right now I'm considering whether or not to allow your release on bond. If I have any more acting out, sir, we're going to turn off your audio and your video. Go ahead and mute his audio and video. Thank you.
After further discussing his bond conditions, Gardenhire is brought back into the conversation, seemingly even less interested than before.
All right, the court has considered the factors found in MCR 6.106 and finds that bond in the amount of $3 million, cash or surety, is appropriate.
This time, the defendant flips the judge the bird, first with one hand, then follows it up with a hearing-ending two-hander.
All right, go ahead and turn his video off, please.
The hearing was ultimately cut short due to Gardenhire's behavior. Isaiah Gardenhire is being held on $3 million bond for 12 criminal charges, including home invasion, first-degree criminal sexual misconduct, and murder.